Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into something we get asked about constantly. Those super absorbent microfiber mats for dogs.
Yeah, the ones for muddy paws. Everyone wants to know if they actually work.
Exactly. Are they the miracle cure for dirty floors, or is it, mostly just really good marketing?
It's that classic buy or buy dilemma, especially if you share your life with a dog who loves puddles.
Right.
So, our mission today is pretty simple. Cut through the hype, figure out what's real, what's kind of useful, and maybe where the red flags are. Give you the info you actually need.
Okay, let's dig in. The basic features, they sound pretty logical. Sources talk about this thick, plush microfiber, sometimes chenille pile.
Usually layered over a rubber or TPR backing so it doesn't slip.
Right, anti-slip. And they're meant for entryways, obviously, to catch the mess right as they come in.
And the claims are, well, they're big. You see super absorbent everywhere.
I saw one that claimed it soaks up 5 times its weight in water.
Exactly, which sounds amazing. The pitch is basically no more tracking, no mess, easy cleanup, a breeze, they say.
Okay, the design seems sensible enough, but 5 times its weight. People seem a bit skeptical right off the bat, yeah.
And that's where the nuance comes in, absolutely. The sources do confirm they work on a basic level. People definitely report seeing a noticeable difference, especially compared to just an old towel or a regular rug.
So like wet paw prints, maybe.
Yeah, simple wet paw prints, it helps. That part seems solid, but super absorbent.
Right.
We need to unpack that term.
What does 5 times its weight even mean when you've got, like, serious mud? That thick, heavy monsoon mud kind of stuff.
Or a dog that doesn't just step politely, but kind of flings debris everywhere when they stop.
Yeah, good point.
The reality is no mat stops 100% of the dirt. It just doesn't happen. And things really fall apart if two things aren't right. Size and speed.
Size and speed.
Yeah. If the mat isn't big enough for the dog to take, say, 2 or 3 actual steps on it, it's not doing much. And speed. Well, unless your dog has been trained to meticulously wipe its paws, which, let's be honest, whose dog does that? They just race across it.
They treat it like a welcome mat, not a cleaning station. I saw this one review. The person was so frustrated, they wrote, this is no more than a bath mat for the price I paid this flimsy mat.
Ouch. Yeah, that really sums it up. It highlights that how big it is and how it's used. That matters way more than just the material itself.
So if it fails because it's too small or the dog runs too fast,
Yeah.
that frustration probably points back to the cost. Right?
Exactly, which brings up a whole other side to this, the actual buying experience and the companies selling them. It's not just about the mat.
Right. Beyond performance, we did see quite a bit of criticism about pricing and customer service issues, often on places like Trustpilot.
The mat itself might get decent reviews, the physical product, but the journey of buying it, not always smooth.
Any specific red flags?
Well, one user mentioned a company that would charge twice for an extra accessory, things like that. It suggests you really need to check out the seller, the terms, not just the fluffiness of the mat.
Okay, so we've got this mix. Good materials, sensible idea, but context is everything, and maybe some dodgy sellers. What's the final verdict for someone listening? Worth it or not?
I'd say it's a solid product, but with major caveats. Big conditions attached. It offers, good carpet level help.
Good carpet level help, I like that. So, tangible difference.
Potentially, yes. If you install it right and keep it clean, you might cut down heavy floor cleaning from, say, every day to maybe every few days. It reduces the load.
And that's actually pretty significant for busy folks.
Yeah.
But you mentioned a formula for success, 3 keys.
Yeah, 3 things are crucial. First, size. Get the absolute largest one that will physically fit in your entryway space. Don't skimp.
Okay, largest possible size. Got it.
Second, layout. Placement is non-negotiable. It has to be right where the paws hit the floor inside. Directly at the threshold, not halfway across the hall.
Force the contact. Makes sense.
And third, maintenance. You have to wash it regularly. It's machine washable. Use that feature. If it gets saturated with dirt and water, it stops working, and frankly, it starts to stink.
All right, so largest size, right at the door, wash it often.
That's the trifecta.
So, bottom line, if you've got dogs coming in and out a lot, moderate to high traffic, you probably will see a real benefit. It'll reduce mess a lot, as the sources say. It seems like a smart buy if you're committed to using it properly.
Precisely. Think of it as a mess management tool, not a mess elimination device.
That's the key takeaway then, isn't it? Managing expectations. The real value here is cutting down the mess, not making it vanish entirely.
Absolutely.
So, our final thought for you. Don't expect miracles. If you think this mat will mean your floor stays forever spotless after one muddy walk, well, That's maybe wishful thinking. But knowing it's about reduction, that insight alone might save you dragging the mop out quite so often.